Welcome to Rhythm and Roads. I'm your host, Joshua Jacob. This is the Femme Frontera Film Festival interview series, and I have a special guest. We have director Ana Moreno Hernandez. She directed the film I Killed Lucca, premiering at the festival. So, welcome, Ana.
Hello, and thank you so much for having me, Joshua.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you on Rhythm and Roads, and congratulations for your film to be shown at the festival.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm pretty excited about it. I wanted to go, but I'm not gonna be able to make it.
Oh
But I'm
no,
super excited.
really? Oh,
No, yes, but I would. I mean, I know it's gonna be awesome. I
yeah.
mean, yes,
That's awesome. Well, congrats again for it to be shown there. Sorry we can't have you there to meet you in person.
it's okay. Like,
It's all good. So Anna, we want to get to know you, your story. What's the journey has been since the beginning of like starting as a filmmaker? So first, where you're from, and then how did it get started for you to pursue being a director?
oh, I'm gonna like pretend that I didn't prepare this answer, but let me think about it for just a
No,
second.
that's fine.
No, because I was thinking about how I was gonna frame it, but I think it all started with my dad. I
Oh,
mean,
your dad? Okay.
yeah, when we were super little, he would go back and forward from Mexico to the U.S.
Oh, okay.
Then he brought a lot of VHS, like the cassette.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and we saw and we watched the movies, but they didn't have subtitles,
Oh, okay.
and he was like, I don't care. You're gonna watch it, and then you're gonna learn English. So that's how I learned
Is
how
that
to.
right? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. And so I think it all started when I was like 3 or 4, and
Okay.
yeah, maybe. And also, I watched a movie. I don't know if you've seen it, like if you've watched it, the Constantine movie with Keanu Reeves.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that movie. It's a good movie.
I watched it, but I don't know what was happening through my head that I
Okay.
was like, I can do it better. I can do better. I can direct it better because
Really? Okay.
but I was like 10 years old and now I'm watching it and I'm like, how did I say that? It's a great movie. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a 10-year-old, it was like, yeah, I can do this. And that's when I started thinking of directing. Yeah, with that movie
With
actually.
that movie, so that
Yes.
was your inspiration, was
Yes.
the movie. Yeah, that is a good one. And also especially with Shia LaBeouf, the actor in it. I'm a
Oh,
huge fan of Shia. Yeah, he was just in it for like a bit, but
but he was awesome. I mean, what's your favorite movie?
wow, well, great question. Thank you. My favorite movie all time is Back to the Future.
Oh, I mean,
Oh
that's.
my God.
But do you
That's
mean like the three movies or one of them?
I
Yeah.
well, I mean, they're all good, but I feel like, all right. So I'm the type to really explain why, but of
Okay.
course, this interview is about you.
But
But
we
it's
can
all
make
good.
it a lot of. I
Okay.
mean, I really love to talk to you about. I mean, I know it's about me, but I wanna also get to know you. I mean,
Oh,
it's
that's
a.
fine. Yeah, yeah. That's cool. I'm down for that.
Oh, let's do it.
So
Yes, yes.
Back to the Future, the original one, I fell in love with it. I love the story. It's so well written. The actors well written. I mean, they are just the way they wrote the story with these actors are just so well portrayed. And of course, the talent behind it, the skilled actors of
Totally.
Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox. Like, wow, you can't replace that. Especially, I'm a huge fan of the director, Robert Zemeckis.
Oh, he's
I mean,
like
oh my God, like, can't get
totally.
better
Yes.
than that. Yeah. And then, of course, Spielberg is behind it as the executive producer.
Yes.
Steven Spielberg. So, but I really got to say the story just there's so much lessons in life through those films of just our decisions, how we make decisions. If we went back in time, what would we do to change certain things to where we're at now? And
Yes.
so I really feel all three films are really good. Like especially the second one, when he goes
Wait.
to the future and he buys the almanac.
Yes.
That changes everything, right? Just by a simple
Totally.
magazine, by him purchasing it to want to get financial gain. But
Yes.
look how that caused so much chaos in his life, in the
Yeah,
life.
totally. Yes, yes, yes.
And
I
then
mean,
go ahead.
I really love the first one. When I was a little, I used to watch it like a lot. And
Okay.
then as I grew up, I was like, it's such a, I mean, I really love the way they, I mean, Robert Zemeckis is a total genius. I
Oh,
mean, I don't know how he does what he does. I
yeah.
mean, you can totally learn from him so much.
Mhm.
And then he came with Forrest Gump, and I was like, dude, I mean,
Oh man.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Back to the Future, the first one, it's like mind blowing.
Yeah.
I mean, the script, I mean, the cast, everything. Yeah, it's yeah, I really loved it too. Like,
Yeah. And even the music, the score. I mean,
oh no,
oh
yeah,
my God. Like,
everything's perfect. I mean, yeah, I really everything's perfect. I
yeah.
mean, I'm really glad you said a movie that also enjoy watching. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
because it's also like I don't know how do you say it, but everyone can really understand and get the theme, you
Yeah.
know, the theme of the movie, and it's super approachable to
It
everyone.
is.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it is.
I
Yeah.
think I think, and that's something I really love about movies that
Yeah.
everyone can really. When it's something that everyone can really understand, oh, I really understand what the director was trying to tell me, you
Mhm.
know?
Right.
That's something I admire profoundly about films.
No, I totally agree. Yeah, well said. The third movie, of course, it's different. It's Western.
Yeah, totally.
But I like the fact that it's to the point of like decisions too about finding romance, like Doc
Oh,
finding and he's like, I'm torn between letting yeah, it was her name was Sarah, wasn't it? Yeah, Sarah. So letting Sarah go to go back
yes,
home, but like men like certain people mention or certain there's a saying, if it's meant for you, it will come back to find you.
yes.
So
Okay.
Doc let Sarah go. Remember, he went to the house
Yes.
and
Uh-huh.
told her, I need to go back home. So this has to end as much as
Yes.
it's going to hurt. But it's very interesting, right? When he's on his journey back home with Marty on the
Yes.
train, Sarah goes after Doc.
Yes.
See, so what was meant for Doc came to find him.
And do you believe that? Do you believe that what is meant for you, it's gonna come and find you?
Well, I mean, I haven't had it happen yet, but I mean, I
I
am not
mean,
married. I'm not in a relationship right now, but I've been through some relationships. But I mean, I do believe that what's meant for you will be with you, will be there for you. And I feel like you'll know, like,
yes,
wow, this is, I think, what I've been waiting for all my life. And it'll be a game changer. It'll be so different from the rest where you're just gonna know. But that's when you're not looking. Because I
yeah,
think if you're in the mentality of like, oh, stressed about it and you want to, find someone and or something like that, sometimes if you just let go and just
yes,
let it be, and then just
yes,
stay focused on your career and your projects or whatever you're doing, then let it happen when it happens because those are the best experiences when it happens unexpectedly.
yeah. And for me, it's like I also apply it to my life in general.
Mhm.
Like for example, I don't know if it applies. Well, maybe yes. It also applies, I think, for movies. I was thinking that you need to be super stubborn when you're like writing and when you're pursuing to direct a
Oh.
film. You need
Mhm.
to be super stubborn because no one's gonna like, hello, do you want to direct? And oh yes, like it's not gonna happen. You need to swim against like every odd that it's available.
Oh wow, okay.
Well, for me, it's been like because I think it's super hard sometimes to like I mean, just Kristen Stewart. She just released her first feature film as a director.
Oh, okay.
She was saying that she was trying to make it since 2018, I think, and
Oh wow.
she's Kristen Stewart. So I'm like, oh, I mean, if she like, if for her she took like 7 years to like make it happen, I need to be
7 years.
stubborn about it, you
Wow.
know.
That's
But
all.
and also I think it applies in relationships also, but not only in love. I mean, not only talking about like romantic love, but also
Right.
maybe friendships or
Oh yeah.
love.
Right.
I don't know, but in love, I think that yeah, the best thing you can do is like to breathe and let it flow. You
Let it
know?
flow. Yeah. Let the magic flow.
And then Sarah comes back to you like, hey,
Yeah. Hey, I want you back. Let's go back in time together.
yeah. Yeah,
No, but that's
totally.
true too. That could also relate to like careers in the film industry. You wanting to be a director, write a film. Excuse me, because I have allergies.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Allergy season bad. But one thing I've noticed is that there's opportunities that do come your way in which you probably have experienced that you don't look for it. Sometimes you're so focused on it, but then if one door closes, a better one will open. So
Yes.
when we get those rejection letters, when we get those, I'm sorry, I'm not interested, or we're not interested, pursuing the film or helping. But then when you realize it was all a setup for something greater, because when you see what you did later with a good crew and where your film got to be, you're like,
Yes.
now I know why certain people in the past or certain rejections from studios happened because look where I'm at now.
Yes. I mean, I think I had an experience with a short film that I wrote, and I was pursuing to because here in Mexico, it works a bit differently. I
Oh,
mean, when we don't have like studios, I mean, there's Netflix and Amazon, but what we do is like we need to come up with a project, and
okay.
then the government gives you funding. So you need to apply for these fundings, and there's a lot of people like applying to get it. So
Wow.
you need to get. I mean, the project needs to be like perfect
Nice.
because
Yeah.
there's so much competition. But if you can make it like and then you when you get the money and then when you get the funding, then you can make the movie.
Yeah.
So fortunately, we have that funding here in Mexico. And the thing is that I applied with a short film that was called Mia Pia. And I tried like super hard, like for 6 years, and I didn't get it, and I didn't get it because also my project wasn't at its best, you know?
Oh, okay.
And then when I finally get a shot at, I presented it at a short film festival here, and then they gave me some kind of funding, and I was like, "Oh, great, let's do it!" And then the pandemic hit,
Oh man.
so everything, and that was like, I need to let this project go, like for now,
Yeah.
because it's not flowing with me, and also it's been super exhausting to try to make it.
Right.
So it's my script is there, and I would really like to make it, but right now I'm at that time I was like, no, I cannot keep on pursuing it because I'm not gonna be able to maintain this optimistic way of doing it,
Right.
So yeah. But and then came and then I wrote another short film. I didn't get the fund, and I was like, I'm gonna do another one, and that's when I wrote I Killed Lucca. So in my experience, it's been a journey of trying and being
Trial and
stubborn,
error. Yeah.
like, yeah,
Wow. So two films you tried and they didn't go through.
yeah. I mean, because the Mia Pia didn't get it, and then the other one was I don't know how I can translate it in English,
Mhm.
but let's call it The Fabric. And then people from the jury, like they wrote an email, and they were like, your project was the best in Mexico City, but it was too expensive. So even if we gave you the money, it
Mhm.
wasn't going to be enough, and you were going to be in a lot of trouble.
Wow.
So, and I was like, okay, let's make it cheap. Three, like four characters, one bathroom, let's do it. And
Mhm.
that's when I came up with like Luca. So,
Is that okay?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. Congrats on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you very much.
Very interesting story. Wow.
Yes.
Well, now that we are on the subject of I Killed Luca, what is the story about?
Um, it's about Carmen. She experiences a panic attack,
Okay.
and she's with her girlfriend, and she doesn't want to be seen. Her girlfriend is Lucia.
Okay.
She feels like she experiences a panic attack, and she's like, okay, I need to take a second, and she goes to the bathroom to like try to cool it off. And then two sport commentators start talking about the panic attack as if it was a football game.
Mm.
Then they start to narrate it as say, "Oh, there she goes again with like all like."
Oh, yeah.
No, but at the end of the day, it's it's about making the right decision towards really giving into love or not. Like she
Mm.
needs to make a decision whether she's gonna trust or not Lucia. And spoiler alert, I don't know if I should make a spoiler alert or if,
It's up to you.
I don't know how it works. But at the end of the day, I wanted to write a story with a happy ending.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, she lets Lucia in, and Lucia is like the best girlfriend ever, and she's like, everything's gonna be all right. I'm here for you, and yeah, basically that's it.
Oh, that's interesting. Good, great story. Wow.
Thank you, thank you.
And for those that want to see the film, where can they see it besides the?
Well, uh, they can like text me, and I would send them a link.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Because short films. The thing is that we already are like ending the film festival. Like, how do you say that? The route, the in Spanish, it's La Ruta de Festivales,
Oh,
which
okay.
is when your short film travels around the world with festivals.
Yeah.
Uh, I think Femme Frontera will be the its last festival. I think
Oh, it's the
because
last one. Okay.
yeah, because we started like on 2023. I
Oh
think.
wow. So it's been
Yeah.
almost like I guess 2 years, huh?
Yeah, and it's been like a great journey. I mean, we've been in Canada and Europe and
Wow.
United States,
That's
Mexico.
awesome.
So, yeah,
Good for you,
and
Anna.
yeah,
Look at all that. The film's been around all the festivals.
yeah, and it was a pretty great journey. It was pretty exciting. Yeah.
I bet. Well, thank you for sharing the story behind I Killed Luca. How long did it take to make the film?
Well, I wrote it at 2020, and then we get the funding at 2021,
Okay.
and then at 2021 we filmed it. And I think, yeah, I mean, we like we had the DCP and everything like ready by 2023, like the beginning of 2023, and
Okay.
then that's when we started like with all the festivals and yeah.
Wow. All
And
right.
I want to hear from you. I mean, you're also a filmmaker. How has been your journey as a director? I really wanna. I don't know if you can. I mean, I really want to know about you also because you have a beautiful space, like a podcast, and then
Oh.
I mean, I want to know everything about that also.
Oh, all
Want to
right.
share with
Thank
me?
you. Yeah, that's fine. So I haven't had a lot of experience in filmmaking and directing, but my brother, he went to school to a college in near LA called Biola University. And he got a degree in cinema and film. So about almost 4 years ago, our late mother passed away from cancer, May 29,
I'm so
2020.
sorry. I'm
Yeah.
really
Oh,
sorry.
thank you. And so my brother wrote a story, a short story of his experience being with my mother and him. The film is called A Brief Silence, and the story behind it is the day that my brother received the letter to go to college, the letter of acceptance, was the same day that my mom, our late mother, received news that her cancer was back.
Oh, I'm so
So,
sorry.
so in that moment of that one day, my brother
Mhm.
comes to the house excited and thrilled. I got my acceptance letter. But that same day is when our late mom was going to tell him my
Oh,
cancer's back. So that's why it's a brief silence between them
yes.
for those news. So we shot this film near LA almost 4 years ago. And so my brother was the director and I was the first AD. But we had about, I think, 25 people on set from everyone that helped out. And we even hired a SAG actress to help play she played the part of our late mother. And so it was really good. We got into film festivals. I think my brother won a few awards already for the film. We've already placed it in another film festival for August in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So, but yeah, so that journey itself was just incredible. It was just, I loved it. I mean, the soundtrack, I mean, well, the score was really good. We hired someone to do it. And it just was a great experience just being in a film that was related to our late mom. It was inspired by her and the story. Um, but from my experience, I feel like it's definitely patience. It's definitely it's okay to mess up and fail at certain times because you're still learning. And that's how you craft your skills is by learning from what you're doing. And it's okay because we're all still learning. We're all going to learn until we die.
Totally. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think it's such a beautiful way to. I mean, I really love to watch your film because it looks like it's a super honest
Mm,
story. You know, it comes from something that you experienced, and sometimes that's the beautiful thing about art that you can like a lot of things that you cannot express like with like words like for us as a filmmakers it's like we need to use something instead like and
right.
then we go to making a movie and also it's super brave to talk about such a sensitive matter no like
Oh,
your
yeah,
mom
very.
and your connection to her and then like it's super weird like the day your brother gets great news then your mom comes and needs to give you another kind of news
Right.
so
Right.
I think the balance of it and the way I mean I would really want to watch it because it's like how did you manage to get that balance of good and bad news in the same day
Right.
and how
Yeah.
did mm,
Like what outweighs the what, right? Because it's like
yes
you've been wanting to go to this college for a while, and then you get the acceptance letter and you're thrilled. The same feeling and the emotion, but then your late mom or our mother at the time
yes
receives news that her cancer is back, but now it's stronger.
yeah
It's kind of like, but this is like, whoa. Like we already knew she had cancer, right? I mean,
yeah
but then she was kind of like in remission. But then it goes to the point of now it's back, but it's stronger. So it's kind of like, whoa, that's more life-threatening.
Yeah, and also because and I think it's super it's like because that's life like you're not always like there's no one way of feeling something like you're not happy or sad or tired. You can feel all of those
Hmm.
and with this experience you lived with your brother it's like you are definitely feeling a lot of joy and a lot of like happiness and then boom this I mean what weighs more like what
Right.
you just said so I think I really love to watch that movie if you can send me
Oh,
the
of
link to
course.
it
Yeah, I
I
can
would
send you the
love
clip.
to watch
It's
it
on YouTube, so it's
oh
easy to watch, but
okay
I'll send you the clip. Yeah.
I would really love to watch it. And thank you for sharing that story with me. And I'm so super sorry about your mom. I know I lost my dad in 2016 and it was
Oh, you
like,
did? Wow, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I know it's those kind of moments that it's that you don't know how to deal with life
Yeah,
as you know it, because everything changes
it does. Everything does.
and I don't think uh, mm, when I lost my father, I was like uh, I don't think you ever move on from something like that. I mean,
Mm,
you just carry the people you lost with you,
right.
and you learn to live with the pain that
Yeah.
comes with losing them, because a lot of people were like, "Oh, there's another angel at the sky," and oh, you need to move forward. And I was like, I don't think I'll ever move forward, and I don't intend to. I mean, it's for me, it's like easier now, but I'm always gonna miss him, and he's always gonna be a part of me,
Yeah.
even if he's not here. But yeah, I think it's super important to talk about those topics because sometimes it's like people don't really like to talk about death and
Right. No,
like
yeah.
grieving and loss, but it's vital because if those weren't didn't exist, life wouldn't be that interesting or fun, I think.
Exactly. Yeah. I agree. And were you very close to your dad?
Yes, I mean kind of I mean he was like actually my next movie my feature film is about I just yesterday I had a how do you say that like a doctor script like read my script and he was like oh I really think it's interesting that Martin
Mm.
the is the protagonist and I was like no he's not and she was like yes he is and I was like boom like because I'm in the midst of writing it I mean I don't have a final draft
Okay.
and it's about him.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And it was super hard to write about him because we had a very complicated relationship. He had his experience with parenthood and it wasn't so. I mean, he didn't have, he was a great guy and he was a great friend, but he wasn't the best father.
Okay.
And like coming to terms with that reality about not he wasn't the dad I needed.
Oh, I see.
It's like it was like a bit when I was writing the script, it was like, oh, it's super hard, but at the end I noticed that it's for me it's a way of understanding and to be empathetic with his journey as a human being, not as my dad and not as my father,
Okay.
but as a human being. And I know his life was super hard and super tough, and I know he did his best. And for me, it's a way of coming to terms with the fact that he did his best.
Right.
And but I need to say it, I was his favorite. I mean, he was like, oh, these are my guys, and here's my champion. And oh, here's the rest of them, and then
Wow.
and so I feel lucky. But yeah, I mean, you had a very complicated relationship,
Mhm.
but there was a lot of love, and he definitely, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
thank you for sharing that. That wow. You
And
know,
thank
we've all had our own journeys with our parents, right? There's some that are different from others and the way they love their kids. But yes, my mom was just everything to me. Like she loved us. She loved my brother and I unconditionally. She supported us. She wasn't perfect, of course, because
yeah,
we're human. But one thing about her, she had so much love that she had a certain thing about being with just when she's with strangers and we're talking, like they just connected to her. And one time I took her, there was probably like a month before she passed away, but I took her to Supercuts to get a haircut. And of course she doesn't know the stylist, the hairdresser. So when we're there and I'm just sitting down, by the waiting area, he comes back with her and he's all like, I gotta say, like, just these few moments that I had with your mom of just even 30 minutes, it seems like I've known your mom for a while because of how she
wow.
is. She's so talkative. She's so like, you just connect with her and just the way
Yes,
that her energy is, her light, her love. And I mean, the way that she spoke to you, are just like, I just want to sit here and talk to you forever.
And I love that kind of people because
Yeah.
it's crazy like to just reach to them like to get to know them in just a bit. I mean, it's super beautiful when you find that kind of people. And I'm sure, but I mean, I'm sure your mom was a great human being. And also I think that like what you said, they are not perfect and she wasn't perfect, but I think at some point I stopped looking at my dad and my mom as if they were only that, and I started to see them as human beings. And for me, it was like my world changed because I was like super with my mom. My mommy is like we're. I mean, I really wanna. For me, it's a continuous journey of getting to know her as the human being she is, like not as my mom, because when you when you do that, it's so much easier to connect to them because you're not like you're not always expecting them to do or to be something they will never be.
Right.
They're like she's my mom, but she's also Gabriela, and she's also a human being, and she also feels pain, and she's not the superhero I need her to be,
Right.
but she's the human being that I love. And I don't know. I really, when you say that she wasn't perfect, I totally connect with that. Like
Yeah.
we, I don't know. Sometimes we expect our parents to be perfect, and they everything but perfect, and that's the beautiful thing about the relationship, no? And
No,
love.
it is. Yeah. And I totally agree. I feel like there's times where even with my own father, I get to the point of like wanting to put him at a certain way that I'm like wanting him to be, but in the
Yeah.
end, you're just, what? I focus on how I need to be as a man and let him focus on what he needs to be as a man. And I'm not
Yes.
here to try to structure him to get to be, I just accept him the way he is. Like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, I was there's a book called Hope for Cynics. I don't remember the author, but there was an interview where he was like, the most beautiful thing and empathetic thing you can do for someone is to get to know them without your prejudice,
Mm,
right? Just to be able to reach. Like I'm gonna see you as you are, and I'm not gonna do anything to try to change you and to try to make you something you're not. I'm just gonna give you the opportunity to be as you are, and I want to be this safe space where you can do that. And
Wow.
so for me it was like, oh, that's, I mean, because I'm like, oh, you gotta be like, yeah, and it's
Yeah.
not, that's not how life works.
No,
Yeah,
fortunately, no.
fortunately, yeah, yeah,
Interesting. Yeah, that's a book that you were mentioning. It's a good.
yeah. It's called Hope for Cynics. And then and I was like, damn, I think I'm a cynic. I need to improve that because everyone's a cynic, so I don't want to be like part of that
I
because
probably probably in the
yeah,
same way, and I need to just like, yeah, I need to just let people be.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and
That's
they
what.
probably think the same way about me. They're like, oh, there's Joshua, let him be. I don't know. I mean, who knows, right? We don't know what people think of you or me, and
Yeah, totally. And the thing is that when you let people be, you let yourself be, you know? And the thing is, you don't let people be because you don't let yourself be. So it's something, it's a continuous work of doing the thing you need to do with yourself so
right,
you can do it with others, you know? And
exactly. Yeah, I totally agree. And I think the relationships turn out better when you accept it just like that.
and it's super hard. But yeah, it's like with my sister, she's like super, let's relax, let's let it flow. And I'm also an AD and a first assistant director. And I'm like, no, we need to schedule things, and she's like, dude, we're gonna be okay. So it's every day like a commitment to acknowledging her
The way that,
flow, the way
yeah.
she lives days. And for her, it's also it's super hard because I'm not that way at all.
Mm,
Yeah, when we find that way together and we get to we meet at halfway, uh,
hmm.
it's super, it's a lot easier, and she loves me the way I am and the other way around. So
Well, that's good.
yeah, that's right.
There's certain people you have to just adjust to
Yeah,
where they are. You're like, okay, this is the way my brother or my sister is. Yeah.
exactly, exactly. Yes, yes.
Interesting. Well, before we end the episode, I just want to say thank you, Anna, for coming on Rhythm and Roads during the Femme Frontera Film Festival interview series.
Thank
It's
you.
a pleasure to have you on. Did you mention already that you have a film in the works for in the future?
Yeah, it's called The Return. It's gonna be my feature film as a director.
Wow.
And yeah, because I ended when I Killed Lucca ended the film festival
Okay.
route, I think it was, for me it was like, okay, I need to keep on working and I need to keep on writing.
Yeah.
And then this script came up, and it's been a beautiful and challenging journey, but I'm in the midst of it. And yeah, I hope to get to make it pretty soon, hopefully. And
I
if
hope
not, I'm
so.
gonna like keep on trying. Yes.
Yeah, keep on trying. I mean, you already learned the lessons of not giving up.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
other
we
prior
can give up.
films.
I mean, it's a matter of, it's a, how do you say? It's a matter of resistance, not a speed. I mean, you need to resist on this journey. If not, if you're not gonna resist, you're not gonna make it. So let's just resist and film.
There
That's
you
what we
go.
need.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, real quick, that's how I think sometimes on my podcast. I think, okay, so I'm pretty booked for this month, but what about next month? Am I going to have enough interviewers or guests to have?
Yeah, totally.
But I think to myself, there's so many people in this world that has a story.
Yeah,
Why
totally.
am I limiting what I have of what I'm thinking, what the month will bring? Because I'm also a believer. I believe in God and I have faith. But one thing I just say also about the positivity of how you think because you attract too. And I'm not
Yes.
saying it's just like a magic potion where you're just like, okay, give me this and it's there. But
Yeah.
also believe that if you really, like you said, just don't give up, resist those rejection letters, resist certain things, then it's all gonna come about. Like once you get through that path of the obstacles of certain things. So for me, I'm just saying, I try to change my thinking. I'm like, no, I'm fine. Like it's gonna be the guests will be there. There'll always be enough people to have on Rhythm and Roads. I'm not worried about it.
And it's super, I mean, and you're like a great people that I mean, it was super nice to talk to you. And then, I mean, why wouldn't anyone want to be with you in this show? I don't know.
Oh,
So yeah,
thanks.
you need to keep hang in there and let's resist and this is a beautiful space. So thank you very much for having it and for having me.
Oh, of
And,
course.
I
Yeah.
mean, this needs to keep on existing. I mean, you cannot give up, Joshua. I
No,
will
I'm
let
not.
you. Okay.
Well, thanks for not letting me give up. Okay.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I almost did give up though on Rhythm and Roads last year. I
No.
wasn't just like completely like shut down, I'm done. It just thoughts came through and I was just like, and I'll say this before we end because I have another interview in like 20 minutes, but real quick. So my ex at the time asked me, "Well, why do you do what you do?" And I think this is a very important question, not just for me, but for those that are filmmakers, actors, screenwriters, authors, whatever the field is. Why do you do what you do? And when you actually think about it, it wasn't just like right away I had an answer like, "Oh, it's because of this." Like I actually had to think, well, why do I do what I do? Why do I ask certain people that don't know me, give me their time to share their story? I'm not a Joe Rogan. I'm not some big celebrity podcaster. And then I thought about it and I said, you know what? After a while, I said, and the reason why I was thinking this is because there is a lot of podcasts out there, right? I mean, I'm not the only one, of course. So I'm like, well, who knows who's watching this? Who knows how many people are even watching what I'm doing? But I thought to myself, and this is the answer, was if one person could do what they did in their story for me in the way that they affected me, what about that other person that would see that episode at the 10th or the 20 or the 50? Because every story inspires me. I mean, and I've been doing this almost 2 years with Rhythm and Roads, and every single story is so different. There's no, oh, this one's like the other person I had. No, it's totally unique. And I'm like, that's a blessing to have. It's just to be inspired and see their journey from what they're sharing. And like, what a blessing to have that. And I
Yeah,
said,
and
and that was my answer.
you get to know a lot of people and you get to know, I mean, and that's why I think you shouldn't stop. Like you need to keep on
Oh,
going because if you had stopped, like we hadn't met. And that, I mean,
exactly. There you
I
go.
really love to getting to know you
Yeah.
a little bit. And then and I mean, and if you give up, you're totally not gonna make it. But if you like keep on, maybe you can make it, like at least in this business, like in this industry. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen. I just know that I want to make my film. I mean, I cannot die before I make my film.
Right.
uh, and it's super important to have like these kind of spaces where I can get to know you, you can get to know me. And
Right.
what you tell about what you told me about your mom and what you told me about, I mean, it's super like it's super important to share these kind of experiences
Right.
of
Right.
hope, because it gives you hope about what you're doing. And
Exactly. Yeah.
so yeah,
So don't give up, Anna.
don't give up, Joshua.
I love it. That's great. Well, for the viewers to find you on social media, how can they find you?
I'm at Instagram. I'm at Anacolmena. I have it on private, and but you can, like, if you wanna, like, you can like text me or something because I have a crazy ex. That's another episode.
Uh-oh.
So but Ana Colmena, and on Facebook I'm like Ana Moreno Hernandez, and I can give you my WhatsApp if you wanna talk or something.
Okay.
The important thing is to connect and to get to know a lot of stories out there. So yeah,
Exactly. All right. And I would love
super.
to stay in touch with you. I loved our conversation today. I feel like there's so much to learn from you and yeah, I just enjoyed it. So,
I really enjoyed it too. So, and I really want. I'm gonna text you, but I would really wanna. I wanna watch that short film. I
yes.
mean, I really wanna watch it.
Oh,
Yes.
yes. I'll definitely send that your way of the A Brief Silence. Yes. And that was directed by my brother, and I was the first AD, and he wrote the story, but it definitely was an incredible experience. But I gotta say, congrats to you on your I Killed Lucca.
Thank you very much.
The
And
journey the journey it's been from where it started to where you're at to have this film already made. I mean, it wasn't easy. So,
no, it wasn't easy, but thanks to Luca, I get to know people, incredible people like you, and being in a great festival at Femme Frontera. So yeah, I'm
there you
super.
go.
Thank
Awesome.
you so much.
Well, thank you guys for watching on this episode. Our special guest, Ana Moreno Hernandez, for the Femme Frontera Film Festival interview series. And I'm Joshua Jacob with Rhythm and Roads. Please like and subscribe. I really would appreciate that not just the festival, but also for Rhythm and Roads. My podcast on Instagram is Rhythm and Roads Official. And so if you'd like to share your story, feel free to send me a message. Love to have you on.
He's
So,
a great guy. Like you should totally like go and do it.
and I wish I was gonna meet you at the festival. I wish you were down here,
I'm
but
not gonna make it, but we can keep in touch. I mean, we're
yeah,
totally going
of
to keep
course.
in touch.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Anna. Thank you guys. We'll catch you on the next guest.